right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hope you're ready to be educated sexually with For Those with Good Taste.
Good taste sexting? Is that not a thing?
I hope that sex tasted good.
Well, man, I'm here to learn a thing or two. How about yourself?
I know nothing about the birds and the bees.
I mean, that is one of those things where when you grow up with a single parent, you're only going to get half of those type of stories. And then you go to school to learn the rest during sex education.
I'll tell you, though,
Singer.
after this episode, I know a lot about the cocks and the balls.
Dude, I've seen more dicks today than I think I've seen in my entire life.
That can't be accurate. You've been in locker rooms. Let's talk about gyms real quick. I've seen a hog or two at a local gym.
I think we've had this conversation off camera, but we were talking about how close you've seen like another man's junk to another man's face
It's gross.
in proximity.
Yeah.
Yeah, or over the shoulder.
Although it's really funny when you walk around like a corner and you just catch that. It's like an angle that makes it look like the dude's dick's in his mouth.
Whoa. What angles are you looking at,
know what I'm talking
bro?
about?
I don't know, man. I'm a little bit suspect right now.
All right, let's get into the episode. So we are going to be breaking down sex ed, a European, a British, just another excuse for Matt to talk with an accent.
Yeah, you got to be careful because the British left the EU.
Well,
They left the Europe.
you.
Yeah, I fucked this up, dude, but it's all good.
100% have proven finally for me that you shouldn't do accents.
What? No, my accents are great. My information's terrible.
Yeah, so we're going to be getting into
Brexit is what I was...
episode number 1 of sex education.
Yeah, man. Netflix original. Is it a Netflix original?
It is a Netflix original, and it's got a fucking... I was going to say it has a great cast. I think you'll learn over time it has a great cast. But Gillian Anderson is the topper of all of it, right?
Yeah, she's the tits.
X-Files, if nobody knows what that.
Had no idea she was British. Is that just a weird thing for me?
Maybe
Has she
she's
always
not
been
British, and she just...
Oh, you better cut that shit out.
Oh,
She's doing a British accent?
That sassy girl.
I never would have been able to tell. I need to fucking pick up some lessons from her.
So, Matt, episode 1, it kicks off with a young boy, Otis. He's a teenager.
Young lad.
He's a teenager going into his junior year. What do they call school there?
Finishing school. Primary school.
Yeah, so he's going into his junior year of primary school, or his first year maybe of primary school, because didn't they kind of say it's like a 2-year
but
thing?
I don't know, man. It seemed like everybody had kind of known each other for a couple of years, so it makes more sense that they're going into their junior year, and this is the year where everybody's starting to get it in. And I'm not talking about college essays.
Well, exactly, Matt. So we start with Otis. Otis is waking up in the morning, getting ready for his first day of class, and he's greeted by a strange man in his bedroom.
You say he's getting ready to start class. He's starting a class for sure, man.
Yeah.
Like the name of the show is in that particular scene, and my favorite line is he goes to shake the guy's hand. The guy can clearly tell that he's about to beat off, and he's like, "Don't worry, I'm left-handed." Like, come on, man. Yeah, absolutely. Your priorities are straight, man.
That guy was the man, though.
Way to paint the picture.
He's putting in work.
Well, I mean, you fucked my mom. Like,
Yeah,
I don't think that's
crazy.
okay.
That was crazy. So yeah, so Otis is he's a very intelligent teenager. What we're gonna find out, he's been raised though by a sex therapist, like a world-renowned sex therapist that is played by Gillian Anderson or Gillian Anderson, depending how you pronounce that version of Gillian.
It's the whole GIF situation. Yeah.
Matt, I am kind of upset with you, if I'm going to be honest for a second, though, because
dude?
I feel like you've missed a clear opportunity to maybe correct me on something.
No, dude, I was waiting for you to get off because you clearly...
Brother, we got off very quickly.
You clearly skipped the very first scene of this show, which is literally just tits, dick, ass, everything in your face, and... I'm going to get
There's
shit
a
for this.
fake orgasm you skipped.
Oh, no, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, one of the premier scenes of this episode is young Adam, as we come to know him to be, fakes an orgasm, dude. Have you ever had to fake an orgasm?
Only to myself in the mirror.
Why are you doing that to yourself?
Let's move on.
Could you not finish? Because that's kind of what this is about, right?
Yeah.
All right, well...
I felt like I really related to
He had to fake an
for so many
orgasm.
reasons, yeah.
And to hear, about his reputation later on in the episode, it's kind of sad that he got to this point.
Yeah, I mean, it was tough, dude, because, like, I've heard of people having, like, erectile dysfunction, not being able to get it up when the time's tough.
15 years old, dude.
He had it up, and, like, he just couldn't let it go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, this
and
scene primed.
The condom is hilarious.
Where's the spunk, man?
Yep. Okay. So yeah, I had skipped a very important detail, and I
Sorry,
wanted
man.
Matt to correct me.
Yeah, I
so
got you, buddy.
so yeah, we leave the house after Otis has been greeted by a man who's had sex with his mother.
We've all been there.
And he's tried to jerk off, and we learn that he is having some issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sad.
So when they arrive to school, we meet Otis's best friend Eric, a sweet, possibly gay, 16-year-old boy.
Why'd you say it like that?
Like he's not
16-year-old
confirmed.
boy. He's a 16-year-old man, dude.
Yeah, he's
Clearly.
he's given 2/3 of a hand job. I
He's
think.
got-
or no, he's given two and a
Two and a
half hand jobs.
and the half was because he couldn't finish.
Oh, because somebody walked in on him. That-
Somebody walked in on him.
yeah,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
And I mean, does it count if it's the same person? Like, don't you count bodies? You're not counting the amount
You're
of times
right.
that you've
Yeah,
done
it's
that.
a kill list. It's
really
not like.
weird. It's not how many times you put shot
Although
him, though.
I could probably really change my statistics if I said the amount of times I've had sex
Oh,
rather than the amount of
dude.
people.
We might have just unlocked the
I
secret
might be Will
sauce here.
Chamberlain. Is he the one who had or is it
100-point game.
Yeah, that's still relevant.
Same thing, dude.
I was thinking about was it Bill Russell slayed 6 billion R.I.P. 6 billion women? Is that what he did?
Is that a fact?
I don't know if that's the accurate
Brother,
number.
there's only 7 billion people on this earth, dude. If he hits 6 billion
Maybe
women,
I'm confusing him with Genghis Khan.
bro. All right, Genghis Khan definitely closer to those numbers, but there's no way. Some people talk about Bill Russell having 9 championships or whatever. You went and said that this man claims 6 billion bodies.
Yeah, the accolade not talked about enough.
No, man, he's up there with some of the best of them. Hitler, Chow, all of them.
So, just like Bill Russell, Otis and Eric arrived to school, and literally everyone's fucking.
Oh, well, yeah, dude, that's why it's a clear indication that these people have only got a couple years left because they are busting nuts left and right, dude.
Yeah, so we're introduced to this school that's just horned up, and we can all relate, right?
bro,
We've been there.
Are we even going to talk about the people that are getting cheeked up or the nerds? Mm-hmm. Everybody's
Oh yeah,
getting
yeah.
it,
They're
dude.
there's finger blasting happening in the hallways. There's
Man.
blowies happening fucking in the alleys
Took me
behind the
back to fun
bathrooms.
times.
It's nuts, man. There's nuts. There's
Literally.
nuts everywhere.
Nuts and bolts.
So yeah, that's kind of the school environment, and so we are next introduced to the main female protagonist, Maeve.
You wouldn't have known it by that opening scene, but yeah, Maeve is the main chick in this.
The random just bumping into of a girl in the hallway, just super bad did is not the way to tell that she's the main protagonist. As a
No,
female.
the way that they do it is they give her pink hair.
Yeah.
Main character, anime.
Um,
Boom.
I don't know if I should save this question for later, but I was gonna ask, where do you stand on Maeve?
It's she's a little shady to me.
Okay, but
Right.
I was just talking purely in a misogynistic male way of saying, do you think she's hot?
Not my cup of tea.
Okay, my cup of tea though. I think
we
she's
go.
hot. So Maeve is kind of a cast out. They call her the cockbiter. That's maybe why I'm into her.
Her reputation precedes her.
Yeah. I like a woman who intimidates me, Matt. So
Yeah, dude,
the
nothing-
threat every time my dick was in her mouth of her just chomping it off, and Maeve is a dick biter. It's not plural.
Bro,
we got to be very clear about that.
They tag her as a nymphomaniac, which is pretty crazy considering that these people are 15, 16 years old.
Well, it's just like that show Euphoria, dude. It's just
Whoa, you not telling me something right now?
what?
You watch that shit?
No, I actually don't, but I know about the hot tub scene.
What the fuck? Phil,
We don't
say
need to
it.
talk about
No,
it.
we're good.
Yeah,
All right, cool.
We'll do that watch along some other time.
Off camera.
Yeah. So yeah, but she's a hustler all at the same time. She's smarter than she lets on, and she writes papers and sells them to the kids at school so they can pass their shit, and she won't pass anything.
Yeah, complete oversight that the school just lets a asbestos-filled bathroom just go completely unregulated.
Yeah, I think I'm in to fill people in. I've seen this before. Matt has not.
Nope.
I do think they maybe give us context at some point about that.
Hopefully.
So moving on,
got asbestos, so, yeah,
Adam,
stay
Adam, the person from the beginning who couldn't get his nut off, he goes home that night with Otis, not to fuck or get his nut off.
Brother, you're also skipping over the fact that Otis's friend Eric gets destroyed by Adam, shoved into a locker so bad that it pushes the locker in.
Well, it pushed something in.
And Eric was oddly turned on by this. How'd you feel about that scene?
Turned on.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Aroused. Wow.
Something about some dude just throwing your head into a locker and then eating your lunch is like, dude, take me home, bro.
Yeah.
What's up with you?
Okay, so Adam and Otis return to his home after school. And as we said earlier, Otis's mom is a fucking horned up older lady, and her home is just a litany of fucking sex everything.
Dicks.
Yeah, Matt, run us through it. Run us through
Brother,
the gauntlet.
there are portraits of people getting eaten out on the Great Wall of China. There is and I don't want to be insensitive.
crass.
There is an African statue of at
Teetering
least
the line.
a 5.5 foot dick that Otis has to grab with both
Lifelike.
hands, carry over his head, and bring it into the next room, just in hopes that Adam, who I'm assuming just by the fact that he was humping air for about 50% of this episode, probably how would you say, immature son of a bitch, right?
Yeah, that's
to say the least.
To put it lightly.
Yeah,
that's how you
so he had to
say
get
it.
rid of all of these dicks, statues, dildos, maracas, portraits, etc. It was insane.
But bad news, it doesn't work out.
No, dude, you can't get rid of that much.
Yeah, it's just like it unraveled quickly. It's like he got the living room, but then it's like Adam's taking a piss, and there's just a dude who's eating somebody out, and I'm pretty sure he's getting pegged by 2 dildos. And I don't know where the second one went. I was doing the math. I was like, I get where the first one is. I don't know where he's receiving pleasure from the second one. Was it just hitting him in the bottom of the ball sack?
I'm going to be honest with you, dude. It's a 2 girls, 1 cup scenario.
Oh, I thought it was splitting the difference. I thought it was kind of like a banana.
Oh, splitting something.
Yeah.
And crafty on you on the banana
Thanks, dude.
split line.
I almost wish I didn't say split and then say split. That's why I stopped myself.
But no, man, Adam just goes all through the house, goes into her office, and I don't even know what to say, man. It's just really uncomfortable how comfortable Adam gets immediately with all of this dick stuff.
I think my favorite part is when he goes to he just goes to press play on the TV, and he's just like, "Why is there a dick on your TV, mate?"
It's a ball bag on your TV, mate.
and Otis is just like, "That's my porn."
It's like, yeah, forgot to turn it off. Like, dude, what is that?
You like it old school, huh? Yeah.
Real digital age, dude. And I couldn't figure out what year this show took place
Yeah,
in, dude.
I liked listening to you try to figure that out, and I
Bro.
knew the whole time that it was modern times, but I also understand it's just like maybe in Europe it's just they haven't advanced in some parts the same way.
I thought they were like 20 years behind.
They were probably in Liverpool, if I had to guess, right?
What?
I was dumb.
There was no Scouse accents, dude.
I don't know,
Come on,
dude.
educate yourself.
I know
bro.
nothing.
They're clearly in London.
Don't have me play geotagger.
Whoa,
So Jean, Otis's mom, Gillian Anderson,
Gillian.
psychoanalyzes Adam while she's there. And immediately destroys this kid.
And we're also glossing over the fact that she gets high with this dude. So chill, lady.
In a very uncomfortable way, the way she was looking at him.
Oh, no,
she was giving off fuck me vibes because that's what she that woman oozes sexuality.
Easily.
Yeah.
And the fact that Adam couldn't come is probably the only reason why he wasn't banging Otis's mom in this episode.
No, you're 100% accurate
Right?
to that. So she really breaks this fucker down, gets into it about how weed's going to make it so, weed makes it so he can't nut, answered a lot of questions for me. And now he fucking leaves in a tizzy. He was in a total fucking tizzy. And he shows up at his house, Matt. He shows up at his house, and we learn a very important detail.
Yeah.
This kid's fucking miserable because his dad's the headmaster.
Yeah, interesting choice for the title of someone important, especially in a show like Sex Education.
Yeah, it was
You're the headmaster.
apropos.
Well, sounds like you suck a lot of dick.
So
but yeah.
He arrives home, dad's a dick. He goes up to his bedroom, comes across his lady.
Chick from the first couple minutes.
Yes, and her hand was a little dry when she was giving him an HJ, so she does what any respectful woman, she does what Hillary Duff would have done, Matt. She licks her hand and gets in there.
Yeah, man.
She does the dirty work that some women don't want to do.
Honestly, man, when it sounds like macaroni and cheese, you know it's good.
Wop, wop, wop. And you know
100%.
what the fucking problem is there, Matt? This man couldn't respect her game, and she'll never do it again.
Nope.
She'll never lick her hand again.
Scarred for life, dude. And she showed up completely unannounced.
Yep.
He walked in there, surprise, and blows it out. And she ends up walking out the front door, pissing off his dad,
move.
dude.
Hilarious.
He's like,
move.
the window. No, bitch. I'm going down the stairs. Fuck you.
I came here for your spunk, and you couldn't get it out.
Hey, Mr. Headmaster, came to give some head, and your son wasn't about it.
Oh, we also skipped just a very funny line. I just realized that. So you remember when Adam's getting psychoanalyzed?
Yeah.
And she's talking about how it's going to stunt his nut. Do you remember some of the things she might have called it?
Oh, my God. She said, sperm, cum, spunk, man milk. And I'm going to be honest with you. Any woman who uses the term man milk, take my number down.
I'm not into it. I don't think I want a
Yeah.
girl saying, I need
Dude.
your man milk right
Some
now.
girl says that she's trying to milk me,
Now,
dude.
if she called it muscle milk, I could maybe
That
get
sounds
into
disgusting.
It. Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like I'm
Sounds
a
like
beefcake
you.
if she
Sounds like
says
you
that.
hang out at the gym and suck off dudes.
Yeah, well,
Sorry,
we all have our
it's
hobbies.
a little too close to home.
So we go on from there and we show up at school and we learn the most important thing of this entire episode. Like, I think this was a game changer. There's dick lice, like, all about.
Oh yeah, yeah. Everybody see consequences. Everybody fucking. Everybody's transmitting some stuff, and it really only takes one dude.
To transmit the
No,
dick
you can't
lice.
say dick lice though, dude. I'm gonna stop you there. Why can't you do that?
Lice of the dick.
And where's dick lice go?
Uh,
Vagina lice. Dude.
I was going to say my hand.
You got to say the word pubic lice.
Fair enough. No,
Yeah.
that's more gender correct, probably.
It's correct all the way, dude. Some people don't have dicks and they still have lice, bro.
I'd have a lot of questions if I understood lice better, but I don't.
Also, who's getting dick lice in 2022? Or whenever the hell this is
Maybe
filmed,
2017, dude. Like, pre-COVID, I'm sure
Pre-COVID,
there,
dick
there
lice is definitely
probably
out there
was
for
dick
sure.
lice.
Dick lice?
So they have to do a SRE class. What do you think that stood for, Matt?
Sexual reproductive education.
I thought it was experience was the E.
Or sex and reproductive education.
So they have to go through a course
Yeah.
to get rid of dick lice. It's somehow like teaching you gets rid of the lice.
Also, man, like, impromptu sex education classes, I got some beef with that, dude. You got to give me at least 48-hour notice before
Can
you
I-
start talking about dicks and vaginas in school.
Could I also just present something that I think would have been more constructive to the class?
Sure.
How does putting a condom on stop you from getting lice of the pubic area?
Well, you got to crawl before you can walk, Len.
Yeah, but like I think they should have just shaved all their balls.
That doesn't
You know
solve
how when
the
you go to school
No,
and they
dude.
do the lice check, like
No, dude, doesn't solve the problem. And if you're shaving balls at school, that's a problem.
no, but in this instance, I think it's the problem is these parents aren't fucking watching their kids and they're all getting dick lice and
see,
vagina lice.
Here you go. You're already talking about the moral of this episode is parents not paying attention to their kids.
That's a
There's
good point.
obviously some communication issues here.
Man, this is some
Otis
real.
can't come. I
this is
mean,
a
Otis
real-
can't jerk off.
This is a real reading rainbow moment that
For
we
some
had. We
people,
really got down to the bottom of this episode. So in the midst of the sex education course, we have a moment where all of the kids, like the dreadful
Sorry,
moment.
Key moment that you're skipping here, though.
Okay, what's up?
Otis and Maeve,
Oh.
first time that they're actually connecting because they got to be partners in this impromptu sex education class.
And it does continue to set up some of the subtleties of their characters in that Otis has trouble putting on a condom, as we all would.
Because you can't.
Right?
Yeah.
And her, because she's a nymph and a cockbiter, with no fucking thought at all, just strokes that thing down that hard dick.
Poor technique.
You thought she had bad technique?
100% for being a nympho.
You have a water bottle
Did
there.
not pass
Could you
the test.
just for this?
I mean, first of all, you don't go one finger. If anything, you go with your mouth. First and foremost,
In
dude.
the middle of class?
If you're trying to be that bitch,
Yeah, that's
trying
a
to
good
be
point.
that the cockbiter, dude.
You want to be the HBIC?
You're cool enough
Yeah.
to put an apostrophe on
Holy
your name, but
shit,
you're not
yeah.
cool enough to put on a condom with your mouth.
What are you, a fucking superhero,
Fucking
bitch?
16-year-olds. Anyway, but it's really important to mark that this is the first time these two kind of hit it off, and he's got to teach her where the hymen is.
And after the hymen, he never pointed out where the butthole was. That really, like...
It's kind of
what the
self-explanatory. That picture is very vivid.
Yeah, vivid enough, we'll find out.
Dude.
So the teacher almost loses an eye because he almost takes a. He's just like fucking takes a condom to the face, like a rocket condom, right to his face. But this all leads to this moment where like our worst nightmare comes true, or like anybody's, like especially any teenage boy's worst nightmare is when you're not like, not in boy specific, but like when you're not in on a joke. Like, isn't that a terrible feeling?
Brother, when you're not in on the joke, and
Or you're
the joke is that your mom is stroking vegetables.
Well, yeah, so like you're the butt of the joke, but in this instance, the joke is that a video of your mom giving a hand job to a cucumber was sent to all of their phones, and then one kid just says like, "Oh, we're in science class. Let's grab the monitor that's over here, and I'll just pair my phone up, and we'll show everybody." The teacher sees it. Everybody laughs at Otis.
Who like? This is where it got a little weird for me because I was like, "Who the hell leaked this video?" Pretty obvious after a while, though.
Yeah, it was Adam.
Fucking Adam, dude.
Yeah, he had every right. Like his mom did him dirty.
Dude, you're gonna try and fuck my mom, and then you're gonna leak in freaking information about me, dude.
But like karma's a real cold hard bitch, isn't it, Matt?
Unfortunately,
because Adam at the same time was going through his own issues, as we stated, and his resolve to fix this problem, he took Viagra.
No man should have to take Viagra.
Well, no boy.
Well, I was going to say that. I was going to say, let alone a 15, 16-year-old young man who's clearly got a hog on him.
Hogoso.
Taking Viagra. Yeah. And, bro, I thought he popped 2 of them.
But it's cool because he went back for a third.
Brother, like, I think you know immediately that 2 should have been enough. He popped a third?
Controversial
question. Like they're M&Ms?
Controversial question, Matt, is...
6 inches.
Was that the most glorious, like, TV cock you've ever seen?
I watch my porn on TV, so I don't know what that... Televised, like Netflix.
Yeah, not Telemundo.
Yeah, that it was pretty impressive, dude. I felt pretty weird because I know that this is a high school show. It felt really weird.
But it's finishing school.
Everybody was finishing except for him.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah. So he's popped some Vags. And he's now in the gross bathroom with a rock hard stiffy. And he is in immense pain because who wouldn't be?
Yeah, and at this time...
Dude, imagine feeling like your dick was just
that's what I was going to say. And we're not even there yet.
Yeah.
But this is where everyone's paths intercross, right? Mm-hmm. Because Adam, big dick, in the asbestos bathroom. Maeve, comforting Otis after seeing his mom stroke. Was that an eggplant?
His dick? I mean, that's what I would imagine an eggplant emoji stands for. Yeah. Like, his dick is an eggplant emoji.
What's the Pete? Never mind.
Pete Davidson also has one of those.
Hogoso, dude. Yeah. Like, Jesus.
Whoa. He's single.
You know what I'm talking about.
He's single, ladies.
Whoa. Yeah, everybody comes together, quite literally, and they meet in the asbestos bathroom. And what starts to happen, Len? A little bit of magic?
I was going to say a threesome. No, in this instance, it is magic, Matt. It's kind of crazy. So we have this moment, like you'd mentioned earlier, we start to see the seeds of a friendship maybe forming between Maeve and Otis. And Otis is so distraught because his mom's a hand job giver to vegetables, soon to be...
Vegetable fucker.
Is a pickle a fruit?
Oh, a cucumber's a vegetable.
Yeah.
But when it gets pickled, does it become a fruit?
I don't know.
Shit, we're going to have to hit that
one.
Yeah,
this is a whole other fucking episode.
We've got somebody we can ask later.
Yeah, so Otis leaves the classroom distraught. Maeve gets sent to check on him. This leads to this like magical moment of them all ending up there together. And they have this like moment where Otis is able to use all these skills that he's learned from his mom creeping on him his whole life and creeping on all of his friends and everything he knows.
He's masturbated his craft.
Yes, to really fix Adam.
His words ultimately end up making Adam come.
Yeah, I think is that a note I took?
I don't know, man. I'm not a note reader.
Yeah, Otis can make dudes come and he should keep doing it is what I wrote.
Jesus. Eric's going to be upset about that one. But it is something that we glossed over, is that while everyone is fucking in this school, Otis and Eric aren't. Dicks are in their pants.
Yep.
Right? Like a glass case waiting to be used.
Yeah, no dick lice on those boys.
And Otis is able to conjure up some mystical shit and get guys to come, but he can't. It's pretty unfortunate, man. It's a little bit of a paradigm.
So we've now kind of found this thing, and Eric like has an epiphany, and he leaves the bathroom, and he does what any fucking normal guy would do. He walks into the cafeteria, and he's like, I need to liberate myself. And he climbs on a table, and he's like, I'm the headmaster's son. All you motherfuckers know it. And you know what else, bitches? My dick is, while a little above average, bigger than all of yours.
And I'm okay with it.
Yep. And everybody is a gasp.
Dude, did you think that was a power move?
I do. I think if my dick was that big, that's what I would want to do.
Yeah.
The sad thing is I'll never, like, you know.
I mean, there's still time, dude.
I think I'm past the point.
I mean, you definitely can't pull your dick out in a high school. You're definitely beyond that point.
But college?
But you can go on to a college campus or even like a newspaper headquarters.
Yeah, no, I'll
and
go to
just like drop your trap.
I think if I went to a community college, it'd be okay because there's always like a couple 50-year-olds there that are trying to catch a little extra learning.
As soon as you take your hog out, somebody else is gonna take out their hog, and then it just
that's kind of cool though because then like we're joining a club. Like now it's just a meeting of a club in college. I don't think that's the type of club
you want to be part of though.
Yeah, we'll find out.
You know, sharing hogs on community college campus.
Obviously, there's ramifications and a lot of fallout from this, right? And part of the fallout is Adam's girlfriend fucks him, makes him nut. Congratulations.
Breaks up with them.
Both of them, and then, breaks up with them. So, inevitable.
She's a vegan. She can't have that much meat in her system.
Maeve is like, holy shit, this fucking works, right? It is like, we can make money off this. So it spurns this, like, the whole premise of the show and what sex education is. It spurs from this one moment, right? This magical moment of this dude taking 3 Viagras and not being able to get his nut off. It turns into a business because they look around and it's like, this chick is flicking her bean a ton. This one's a lesbian who can't fuck. That one over there has like a bunch of dick lice. I can just tell it.
And he's spreading it to everyone.
And he's not sure about his sexuality. So,
boom.
You know?
And shout out to Maeve. She went from writing papers. Dude, this has got to be the most time efficient like glow up ever.
Oh, yeah.
Because she then convinces Otis that he's got to do all the work. She's just going to organize that shit.
And then the other piece of fallout here is Otis, he tries to come again. But I had this question really quick, Matt. And this is one I don't know if I should save. Do you think Otis was trying to nut to the drawing, or was he trying to nut to Maeve?
I don't think there was any connection to Maeve. Okay. I think that vagina and his connection with the hymen and everything that he had to draw out.
It was a vivid drawing.
It gave him some type of sexual connection. And the part that we also forgot to mention is his mom confronts him about staging his cum sets. You know what I'm saying?
She does. She does bring that up.
She's like, "Hey, how come you're not masturbating?
Yeah, like what's your problem? And why are you trying to show me?
Why are you trying to make it seem like you're masturbating? Did you want to talk about this?"
And at the end of the episode, we kind of come full circle with this one, and we end up with Otis coming to his mom and telling her that he can't bust.
Yep.
Like he can't.
Not that he can't.
No,
bust.
He can't even masturbate.
Can't jerk off. Well, It also doesn't help that while he's getting in the mood, doesn't put headphones on. I feel like this is a lesson he should have learned. Has to listen to his mom getting plowed for about 7.5 hours throughout the night.
Sounded good.
Honestly, I didn't want to make that judgment. Difficult, hard night for him. Difficult for everyone involved. Mm-hmm. He has to tell his mom, "Hey, Mom, I can't jerk off, but I don't want to talk about it." And her seemed like she got turned on by the fact that he was starting to communicate with her. Seemed pretty satisfied with it.
She was satisfied twice in this episode.
More like 1.5. You saw the guy in the second guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and at the end of the episode, it's like, it's just he's sitting there while he's hearing about how Otis can't masturbate. It's very funny.
I mean, this show overall, first episode, way up on my list, dude.
Hilarious,
pretty dope,
right?
Yeah,
like
hilarious.
low key, like the whole thing is
had me
funny.
in stitches. If people still say that.